Welcome to Go Home Heat, an NXT podcast. I have Justin here with me today as we go through the week that was in Next.
Yeah, exactly.
Rematch, Leon Ruff versus Johnny Gargano. After last week's huge upset, we have a matchup here. Johnny attacks early and brutally, and he's doing really well. Damian Priest comes out to distract, and we almost get a second upset in a row there with a roll-up. And then we get Johnny flips the script. He gets the final beat on Leon, and that is a near fall. Johnny has this thing wrapped up. It's a near fall because Priest pulls him out of the ring.
Yeah.
And then Priest realizes that there's really no way this ends with Leon winning. So he just says, "I'm sorry, kid," and punches him in the nose, gets him disqualified so he gets to keep his belt.
Yep.
Which, to me, was a favor.
Yeah. Leon won the match.
Leon wouldn't see it like that.
No, he did not.
When we get backstage, Regal is very upset with Damian Priest. And Priest is admitting that he was out of line.
It was just a joke.
Right, and he was, and of course Regal is right in that this is not a place to kid around. This is pro wrestling. It's very serious.
Very serious stuff.
Yes, and
he's a man.
Yeah, he is. He is. I'm a man. Okay, and so then Leon comes down and comes over.
I'm a joke to you?
Yeah, and that ends with Leon slapping Priest in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not 100% sure that was going to go well.
No.
But Priest seems to be... Most guys that have the persona of Priest aren't as easygoing as Priest is, but I think because he's the party guy as well as the rough guy, he's kind of allowed to...
lay back a little bit.
Right, because I like the fact that he didn't just pummel Leon there. And I like the fact that he admitted, hey, man, maybe I shouldn't have played around so much, you know. But by the same token, I like Leon having a little backbone here.
Yeah, I like what Rowan Regal said. Something like that. Like, you deserve that.
Yeah.
You earned that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he earned it. He did earn it.
Yeah.
And so we're going to wind up... Now, I think Leon winds up challenging both of them, right?
That's later.
That's a little bit later on. Okay.
I thought so. Isn't that later? I'll fight both of them. No, yeah, because when he interferes with Priest match.
Mm-hmm.
After that.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. Good. What happened?
Who's Priest wrestling? No, did Priest wrestle anybody? He came out there to wrestle.
He was supposed to wrestle, and Johnny comes out.
And jumps him.
Right, and so they go back and forth, and Leon goes out there and manages to clear the ring of both of them.
Yeah, first it looks like he accidentally hits Priest, and then he ends up taking both of them out by looking like accidents almost.
Correct. And then as they turn their focus to him, Leon realizes he's in a bad spot.
But still ducks and makes the getaway.
Yes, he does. But he does, to his credit. Babyface, undersized challenger, champion in this case.
Yeah. Challenges
them both.
Yeah, when he talks to Regal on his way out of the building, he's like, "I'll take them both."
Right. A neat thing they could do here if they want to. If they want to put that belt on someone else and take Johnny and Damian in a different direction, is those two could cost each other the match.
That's what I was thinking too.
Leon keep the belt. Leon gets into it with Loomis or whomever they want to put the belt on in that respect. And then you can have Gargano and Damian continue their feud, which I think is a good move for the company. Yeah. And Leon having the belt's fun.
Oh, it's fun. I've enjoyed it.
A little bit. Yeah, why not, right? And let that kid's not going to be in this position a whole lot.
No.
Unless he's a cruiserweight champ. So let him do this for a while.
Yeah.
It's cool.
He can wrestle enough that it's not so bad that it's annoying me.
No. And they've managed to the key is managing to figure out ways that it can kind of give me an excuse to like it.
Yeah.
Right. Blindfold match. Speaking of give me an excuse to like it. Cameron Grimes and Dexter Lumis.
These are notoriously such great matches throughout the history of...
I actually rolled my eyes when I saw what was going to happen, and they managed to save it for me.
They did.
Because it didn't wind up being a blindfold match.
No. It was a gimmick. It was just a fun little...
To kick the can down the road to the next match. And he winds up... Grimes winds up taking out the referee.
Yes.
Then when he realizes he's taking out the referee, he takes off his mask and attacks Loomis, which is a huge advantage, obviously, until Loomis takes off his mask.
No, he accidentally takes off Loomis's mask.
Right, correct.
First, he goes to kick Loomis, and Loomis puts the blood sport on him and just dodges his, blindsides him and
Absolutely.
dodges him. And then then Grimes accidentally pulls off Loomis's mask.
Grimes is so good at all this
so
shenanigans.
I would watch him. He makes you enjoy watching the show.
Right. And then he flees, of course, which I don't blame him.
No.
I don't want to fight Loomis.
No.
I don't think anybody should. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell versus Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter. And we get a little match here. Oh, actually, beforehand, Shotzi says, bring your army to War Games.
Yeah.
And then we get a match, which was fine. It was what it was supposed to be. LeRae winds up getting the win on her. What is her? The Wicked Stepsister is the name
Which
of that.
is a great move.
Finisher. Yes, it is. And they go over, and we're going to get some form of LeRae Hartwell versus Shotzi and her crew.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they'll be explaining that to us over the next few weeks.
Yeah. I think you see one of the first. I think it's going to be Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez.
Right.
Because they kind of.
That starts to come into play as the show goes on. Right. Okay, Kushida versus Arturo Ruiz. This was a quick match, but
It was brutal. It was nice. Unfortunately, has a bad ending. Did you hear about Ruiz? Tore his bicep.
oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor guy.
Yeah.
All this time trying to get into a good spot on television.
And I love him. And I think if they ever give him a shot, he will be spectacular. I think he's just had a lot of bad luck. I thought he looked great on Underground. I think he looks great every time I see him.
He looked great with Kushida.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he did.
That stinks. Bennett, did
two really good jiu-jitsu guys going at it.
do you know how he got hurt?
No, I didn't see that. I just saw one of those little injury screeds that said he tore his bicep.
I wonder if they knew, and that's why it was so short.
Could have been. Could have had to shorten the match up.
Right, and so Kushida just grabbed the torn bicep and pulled on it,
Oh, that's probably what he did.
or maybe he grabbed the other arm.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
Kushida shoots.
Shoots and just tears his arm clean out of the socket.
Yes, okay. This is where we get the explanation as to what's going to happen here. Toni Storm and Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Now, beforehand, Tony winds up letting Ember know that, yeah, we're buddies right now, but the world title's concerned. I'm going after that. And Ember's like, look, just focus on what we got to do here.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this was really well done. And Tony is starting to impress me a little bit in the ring, which I didn't think would happen.
I know.
And Ember is crazy.
She's so good, dude.
And Dakota is crazy. And
Uh-huh.
Raquel is crazy. This,
That's a lot of talent.
oh my God, this division is so good. Fast, physical, talented. Storm catches Kai in an inside cradle for the win. LeRae attacks, and now we know who the War Games is going to wind up being.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So, boy, I just love watching these women wrestle on this show.
They're so good. There's so much talent there. They tell good stories.
You have Io, Rhea, Candice, Kai, Gonzalez, Storm, Ember, Shotzi, and Tegan's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Jeepers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even when they had the 4 horsewomen, well, at one time they had the 4 horsewomen and Asuka,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then they take all 4 of them out and they leave him Asuka. They leave Hunter Asuka to build around. That was 5. I think we just rattled off 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Now, they aren't quite the 4 horsewomen, but
There's a lot of close.
and there's a whole lot of variety, too, in the
Yeah.
styles. You know, having Rhea and Gonzalez is a different dynamic than any women's wrestling division has ever had.
Yes.
Having 2 6'10", Charlotte was by herself at her size.
Mm-hmm.
And then and when she got to the main roster, you had Tamina.
Yeah.
But Tamina's not after pretty quickly Tamina started looking like landing on her knees wasn't
Yes.
great for her to be athletic. And you can tell you can still put her in situations, but
She's limited.
right, because it looks like her knees hurt
Yeah, real bad.
all the time. Okay, Timothy Thatcher versus August Gray. And August Gray is angry, and he attacks but succumbs to the technical mastery of Thatcher. This
and
was
the fact that he is obviously a time traveler from the 90s.
yes. Now, after Thatcher submits him, Tommaso Ciampa comes out, and that's the real story here.
That was the whole point.
Right, and he would have not, because Thatcher's going to hurt August more, and that's when Tommaso comes out and puts an end to that, and they're going to get into something, but Thatcher backs away, which is interesting because we haven't seen Thatcher back away from anybody. I don't believe.
Yeah,
and I, for one,
love this.
The concept of Thatcher versus Ciampa.
Oh, the matches you can get out of that.
Yeah, I hope we get 3.
Yeah.
I just love these guys. Okay. Regal finds Boa at Boa's house, which I don't think is... I think that's kind of out of line.
Why are you stalking Boa?
Right, I mean, I get that you want to find Zia Lee, but is there any... They don't live together, I don't think.
No.
So, what are we doing here?
Why are you... Yeah.
And first of all, you're my boss. Call me. If I don't text you back...
Yeah. You can fire me, but you don't be showing up at my house.
Don't knock on my door.
Yeah.
So out of line.
No. He said Boa wasn't at the Performance Center either, so I guess he was looking for both of them.
Okay, well, okay.
Doesn't make sense, though.
Still, though.
Stay out of my yard.
Right. Okay. But then, oddly enough, Boa says, when asked about the whereabouts of Zia Lee, he says she is coming and, in a panic, slams the door shut in Regal's face.
Well, he says Zia's not coming. I'm not coming. She's coming. Saying like Zia's hiding. I'm hiding because she's coming.
Right.
Who is this?
We're alluding to a third party.
Yes.
And that's neat, right?
Yeah, because I have no idea who this is.
Correct. It almost can't be anybody on any roster right now.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be somebody.
Yeah.
They're going to go get Su Yung.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
She's going to show up undead, and it's on, son. That's an Impact Wrestling reference.
Who was the third member of whatever happened to that girl? The third member of Dark Lotus Triad. It was Io Shirai. It was Pirate Princess.
Kairi Sane.
And that other girl who was supposedly the leader.
And she was, I want to say she's older than them.
Yeah.
But she can still, I'm sure she can still go.
Yeah.
What is her name?
Angela Fong from Lucha Underground is where I saw her. Apparently she was in WWE too for a while, but I didn't know that.
So the relationship's already there.
Yeah.
We just made something up.
Yeah.
Awesome. I actually haven't heard a single rumor about this. I think that with NXT, what happens next kind of overshadows everything because we get Io Shirai versus Rhea Ripley.
Oh.
And this was leader in the clubhouse for match of the week for me, and I can't say enough good things about this.
It was brutal.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of lead up to this.
No.
Which was strange to me, but I have a theory on all that, and I think you'll probably agree with me when I'm done. Ripley is winning early. We get the face to the apron spot. She's attacking the ribs. Everything is going good. Ripley is doing well here, and then we get the classic underdog, smaller wrestler spots where Shirai begins to wear her down. She begins to work a body part. She's working the arm. She brutally kicks Rhea in the mouth. I'm sure that wasn't on purpose, but she straight landed both those toes on her mouth.
Blam.
And then when Rhea comes up, it turns out she had ripped 5 earrings out of her ear in the process of that.
Oh, it just looked awful.
Yeah, she said they had to take the skin off that was left in order for it to grow back the way it should.
Oh, I think they had a skin graft involved too.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Oh,
that's tough. Yeah, but okay,
finished the match though.
But it doesn't slow her down.
No,
and we wind up getting a sunset flip. Ia winds up with a sunset flip after much spectacular wrestling. And like I was watching it, and I told Ray when I was watching, I said, man, there were moves that I don't know that 2 other wrestlers could, like that only they could do.
Yeah.
Shirai climbs her once all the way around and rolls Rhea over onto the ground and comes out of that in an armbar. Rhea has to be uniquely strong
to
allow somebody to climb around with her. uniquely athletic to be able to roll through that onto the ground and it be seamless and be allowed to be in an armbar.
Yeah.
That's just on both their parts. Rhea Ripley is so good at selling for whoever she's wrestling.
Oh, she works well, dude.
It's crazy. And Shirai might be the best out there right now. It's crazy. The work she's putting in, main eventing pay-per-views and
regular shows.
And it's crazy. Now she goes through the sunset flip through the ropes onto the ground, pulls Rhea to powerbomb her through a table.
Yeah, she looks like she's going to do the sunset flip, just a straight powerbomb to the floor, but Rhea kind of holds on, and you think, oh, she's going to do something, and Io's like, nope, and picks her up off the apron, power bombs her on the announce table.
Right, and then the announce table hits Rhea and Io winds up the shattering of it.
Yeah.
Io sells that, right?
Yeah.
Falls backwards on that. Then as we get into the ring, we get the almost shotgun moonsault for the win.
Oh, well, yeah, Io's sitting in the corner like she can't stand up. Rhea on the 9 count crawls into the ring, and you're like, oh, she's in. They're gonna, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Io Shirai, taking your eyes off of for like 2 seconds, comes flying out of the sky and hits her with the moonsault.
I'm glad you pointed that out because I didn't sell how good the ending is.
Yeah,
because Rhea crawling in on the 9 count. That always turns into we get more match.
Yeah,
her hit coming in on the 9 count means she's still vulnerable.
Yeah.
So Io, who's wore out, springing to the top and finishing it real quickly.
Yeah.
Totally made sense.
Totally made perfect sense.
It was fantastic.
Now
the interesting thing here is once the match is over, there is no Io holding the belt above her head, celebrating and all that. Finn gets into the ring after they both left. But if you noticed the embrace, Shirai and Rhea, that wasn't going away.
Yeah, somebody's leaving, and it's probably Rhea.
Rhea is going somewhere, I believe, at Survivor Series. She may be the shenanigans that swings the
women's match.
Correct. I see her either being on Survivor Series, which I think that's the right move. But if not, then she attacks somebody on Monday night, probably Asuka. Because I don't necessarily think Monday night. Let me rephrase that. I don't know which show. I think SmackDown needs her more. But I already see that they have a program set up for Sasha coming out of this. They got Bianca Belair in the wings. Sasha's sort of kind of babyface too, as well as Bianca. So I don't see them sticking Rhea right there right now. Although Rhea's kind of a star in the making.
Yeah.
If you give her the spotlight of a Friday night.
Yeah.
I really think she elevates everything.
I do too.
But I don't see her going onto a show and not attacking the champ.
No, that wouldn't make any sense.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like
that's the level she's at.
Right. Well, she's already had a feud with Charlotte.
Yeah.
She has to be there, right? Now we'll go on because we wind up with Finn in the ring and he's talking, and Pat McAfee comes down, and Pat is really good at talking.
Man, he's good at talking.
And he's running down the whole division. You know, while you were away. Oh, I love the way Finn Balor says tree. Tree plate. He had tree plates in his jaw.
Tree plates in his jaw.
Yeah. Okay. It's a McAfee's running down, you know, while you were away. I don't know if you're paying attention. I know the wrestling bit. I know you don't watch the wrestling business. The wrestling business pays attention to you.
Yeah. Callbacking.
Right. And he says, you know, while you were away, we got rid of Maverick. We got rid of his Shrek buddy.
Yeah.
We got rid of all of Undisputed Era, and he rattles them off one by one.
Dead.
And we're going dead. Perfect.
Yeah.
They've got Finn surrounded, and Finn says, you know, while the cat's away, it's easy for the mice to play when the cat's away, but the cat's back.
And
pause. And I thought that was stupid.
Yeah.
And then the line that made it make sense.
Yeah.
Look what I dragged in. And Undisputed Era's music hits. And I just want to say how perfectly they rebuilt the Undisputed Era in my eyes, because I was done with them.
Mm-hmm.
I had seen enough. They had interfered in so many matches.
Yes.
I was like, oh, this is so terrible. And when that music hit, when I heard Shock to the System, I popped.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't believe it, because I'm fed up. I was fed up with him last time I saw him.
Pat McAfee, man.
And just the way they wrote the scripts, the way you had Adam Cole kind of sort of being a babyface against McAfee and then getting hurt, and then you had Kyle O'Reilly had that banger match with Finn Balor, a match of the year candidate as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah.
And then he goes away hurt. Fish and Roddy, who as individual wrestlers, the only one I really don't love is Cole.
Yeah.
And they're all gone. They're off my TV. I've kind of forgotten about them. You've been beating up on other people. And then you bring them back right here. And I popped. And then I kind of got over it. And then I'll tell you what really made me pop. They're fighting in the ring. And they kind of square off one-on-one. And then I notice Kyle O'Reilly and Pete Dunne by themselves fighting. I thought, oh my God, I cannot freaking wait for them two dudes to have a singles match.
Oh, they're going to destroy
They're the best.
They're awesome, dude.
Pete Dunne is the best, and he is going to have O'Reilly, who is just as good, is better. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun. And they're going to have a War Games, and probably that will splinter off into individual rivalries.
Yes.
This is going to be fun.
I think so. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, yeah.
And I wouldn't have said that. And I think I'm so happy for Lorcan and Birch, man.
Are you kidding me?
Lurch getting the run.
Right.
Never were those guys going to get. And I hate that it comes at the heartbreak of Ridge Holland and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy for them that they're getting us two guys who just come out there, work hard to put other people over, basically. A lot of the time,
right?
Getting to have their little shine for the moment.
The reason they've been important to wrestling companies is because people look good against them, and so you're so good at your job. I'm going to put you in the ring with somebody that I'm going to make more famous than you.
Yeah.
And here they get to have a spotlight.
Yes.
Perfect.
Love it.
Okay, you had a good week.
A great week.
Awesome. I loved NXT this week too. For my man Justin from EKP. Go Home Heat Production, copyright 2020. Go home.